It's a cool night in Tarheel tonight. It's a unusually cool night for late August here. No one hasn't even had to turn on the air conditioners, even though the fact that there's definitely heat going on in the state right now from that last scene. We opened this scene at a warehouse, some distance away from the shop of one Light's Darkened Path. A sign outside the warehouse reads, Arena 1 Combat. Also, outside the warehouse is a black 57 Chevy that is parked close to the front door, along with a very nice older model Cadillac DeVille. Even though this is a warehouse, there are windows, as can be seen in the picture here. And there are several lights on in the warehouse. It's very, very well lit.
So I guess Woody will come up with old Rev in his panel van and just kind of walk in.
The Reverend will have his sunglasses on just in case. Sometimes the lighting in these places is harsh.
Well, this particular one is a tad harsh. All right. As you guys step inside, you do see that the place is quite literally completely empty, minus two individuals that are standing there in the middle of the cage. You recognize one of them to be Marquez. The other gentleman you do not know, but he does have on a what looks like a pair of workout pants and a T-shirt that bears the same logo that you see in the on the mat there in the cage. The two actually, as you begin your approach, the two actually you do see are going through. Looks like they're going through some type of workout drills.
Woodrow will casually examine as he's walking up to Marquez.
He's literally sparring with this gentleman. And Marquez's moves are not exactly awful. I mean, you've seen better. You've seen much worse, but you've seen better. The other gentleman, however, is clearly skilled.
Woody will eye him as he's walking up like more of a predator looking at another predator than anything else. But he will approach Marquez. Hey, so we have a little business you wanted to discuss.
Yeah, that we did. As you see, Marquez is basically just pulling himself up off the mat, pulling the trainer up as well. You tell that he's clearly stronger than this trainer, as he actually slightly lifts him off his feet as he yanks him up. You see, he reaches into his back pocket and he hands this trainer a few bucks and he shoos him away. And you see he opens the cage door and steps down. You wanted to talk?
Yeah, so it's in your name right now, and it's my property, so I figured we could work out some kind of arrangement where you continue as the face, but, it was given to me as part of restitution for a matter of status. So, I'd kind of like that.
Yeah. Marquez grabbing the towel there that's sitting on the steps as he begins to wipe the blood sweat away. I don't see a problem with that, but I'm going to make a counter offer for you.
All right, fine.
I know you had said the 10% revenue on remaining the face. So I'm gonna give you what I think is a better offer. To be quite honest, I could give two flying blue bird shit fucks about that racetrack. I just took it so Ashford wouldn't have it.
Sure.
But here's what I'm gonna offer you. I think everybody pretty much know that Terrence is a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
So much of a fucking yeah. So much of a fucking dumbass that I want him off my council.
Okay.
So here's what I offer you. Either by your hand or by assistance from my hand or a number of other individuals who have some interest in the matter. We see to it that he gets off that council, and he, as the Italians like to say, or as our good buddy Enzo would say, it seems that he starts sleeping with the fishes. Do that, and the racetrack is all yours. Your name, your bank, everything.
Well, okay, so maybe I don't understand. So, really, Ashford didn't have it to give to me, so he reneged on a boon?
Pretty
That
much.
does sound kind of scandalous for the Harpy to do.
Well, I believe at the time that he offered it to you that he actually probably did have it, but let's just say that there's through some finagling, it happened out that way.
Oh, man. I guess not.
Actually, as a matter of fact, you see, he reaches onto the other side of the brief of the steps there, and he pulls out a briefcase. He's been sitting there as he pops it open, and he puts it there on the steps, and that's the only place he can do it here. As he pops it open, he opens it and towards where you can see it. Inside this briefcase is a total of 115 favors.
Okay.
Racetrack is yours. If you get him off that console by my help or by your own, the racetrack is yours, and with a bonus. Now, as far as who's going to fill the seat, I've already been talking with some individuals that are interested. Maybe one you probably know yourself. A certain other member of your family that happens to be on our council.
He wants to take over his area?
I don't know if he so much wants to take it over, but I do know he's got somebody in mind from what he said.
Oh, yeah. Woodrow seems to be kind of going back and forth on the idea. He's scratching his beard.
Pardon me, Mr. Dannington.
Yeah,
Might we have a word in private before you make your decision?
sure.
Proceed. You see, actually, Marquez actually picking up the towel and actually leaving the money there. Oddly enough, Ashley steps into. You see, Ashley head away from the cage back into that little cutout area there in the back that you assume is a locker room or something.
Okay.
Well, so what's the deal?
Well, it would seem to me that he wants you to do someone else's dirty work for being paid a small sum of money and property that someone else promised to give you that he did not own at the time that he promised to give it to you. Seem a little shady to you?
He shrugs. Ashford's a fuck up, so it doesn't surprise me that.
Oh, he's not using that name at the moment.
Oh, what's he using?
Some Wada's nonsense. He thinks that he can hide himself, but there's no one else that could have been at that meeting given the events that took place.
Okay, so whatever the fuck his name is. He's, so he lied to me, and now Marquez wants to, like, try to bribe me with a thing that he had or whatever. So I don't really know that I want that, though.
What would you prefer?
Marquez has weird stuff up his sleeve. I'm gonna try to see if I can get him for, like, maybe let him keep the racetrack and take some of his trinkets. He's got some. He gave me one set of magic trinkets. I wonder if he's got anything else. Maybe some books I want. I don't know. It's really all I give a fuck about.
Could be all right. I have a personal stake in this matter. My church is currently located in the particular domain that will be changing hands. If you pick someone that's incapable, my business dealings will suffer greatly. I just wanted you to think very carefully about the potential outcome of this, because
my clanmate's apparently been grooming another member of my clan to do this job specifically.
Fair enough.
So I'll see what his play is, and if he fucks up, he knows he'll have to meet me with these hands, and he doesn't want to do that. So I'm guessing he's got his ducks in a row.
All right.
So Woodrow will pick up the suitcase with the money, and he will walk towards where Marquez went.
About time you happen to actually catch out of the corner of your eye the door to this warehouse opening, where you see a familiar face.
Hey, Goomba, what are you doing? I didn't think you were going to make it out here.
Where are we in all that?
We're at, like, a little kind of bumfucked ways out at some, like, warehouse that's actually a training dojo. I think it's actually in the Appalachian district.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
Like I said in the
I
chat.
don't like this area.
Yeah, I sent you guys a message because I had to meet with Marquez. And then I'm going to go meet with that Archon bitch. So, Enzo.
What?
So that thing that Ashford promised me, Marquez had actually already stolen that from him. So he didn't have what he said he had to offer me, and now he's using some other name. Apparently, he tried to pretend like he died, but he didn't actually die, and now he's going by some Waters bullshit name. I don't fucking know. Anyway, Ashford's around, and he's lying about who he is, and he's lying about what he had to give me, and now Marquez wants to offer me the Speedway to off Terrence, because Terrence is like talking about declaring and he's just a fucking idiot, and everybody really doesn't like him. So I don't know how much investigation there'll be done into him. So he wants to pay me to go whoop his ass.
Oh.
Hey.
Well, I don't see what that has to do with me.
What?
I don't see what that has to do with me. You don't need my help to whoop Terrence's ass.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. But you know, with Sabat rolling around, I didn't know if that was like it's actually going to be a trick, and there was like going to be some fucking archbishop here, and then we'd rip his fucking arms and legs off and figure out a whole bunch of shit. I wanted you to be here for that, in case he was Muslim and you wanted to feed him pig or some shit.
Also, I've noticed you've got command over the minds of men, Mr. Putanesca. Do you have the capacity to erase memory?
Oh, yeah, of course. Like, what do you call it? I can reprogram their minds, too, after a while.
Can you restore memories?
That have been taken out?
Yes, by other individuals with the same ability.
Maybe.
I have a distinct recollection that I killed Mr. Ashford and burned his house to the ground. Now, while that didn't make sense to me at the time, knowing that Mr. Ashford is not in fact deceased, well, re-deceased, I am forced to call things into question.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds fucked.
It does.
I guess now we gotta go take care of Ashford if he's gonna make a big mess.
Can I, like, bring back erased memories using, like, dominate 1 through 4?
If you use Forgetful Mind on someone who's had Forgetful Mind used on them, there are certain conditions under which you can do that, yes.
Which are one of those conditions?
He asks as if I have the page pulled up.
I know, likewise.
I'm digging.
Yeah.
Disciplines dominate.
Oh, I found it. To restore or remove memories or sense false ones, the character's dominate rating must be equal to or higher than that of the vampire who made the alteration. In that situation, he must make a wits plus empathy roll equal to the original vampire's permanent willpower rating and score more successes than his predecessor did. So does Josh have dominate 4?
He's close if he doesn't.
You should check, but I don't think he does.
Yeah, this will say. Let me double check that. I want to say that. I want to say he's not. I want to say his presence is higher. I'll double check.
And I gotta pull up that sheet.
All right. Well, I'm almost sure. Like I said, for intent and purpose, yeah, you'll be higher. Even if I won, you'll be higher.
Do you know what his permanent willpower is?
Oh, it's like a 7 or 8, I think.
Okay.
Like I said, if we find out later that it's not, we can adjust the scene.
Right.
I meant to watch it again, but I forgot.
I'm gonna spend the willpower. I'm glad I did. So I got 1 success. I don't know. He probably got more than 1 success to like.
He did.
He did. So
he got a lot.
Work.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Thank you though.
All right. So you feel him. You can feel him in there trying to trying to make it happen, but it just ain't happen.
Oh yeah, he got you good.
Fair enough. Well, we'll just see what we can see then.
I'm pretty sure that would break the traditions in some way, or at least like that's an act. I don't know. That seems like an act against the independent faction.
I think it does, in fact. I think that constitutes nearly an act of war.
Yeah, sure. He tried to break your mind, and kind of did a good job.
I do not approve.
No, me neither.
Well then.
As you hear a voice, there, Enzo, a voice you know well, as it's a voice coming from the from that locker room area, and neither do I approve either.
Who is it?
Marquez.
Marquez.
Hey there, Marquez. Feel free.
Yeah, shoot, didn't know you'd be by, man. I'd have made sure that you had actually have some Pepsi in the drink machine.
That's all right. I brought my own.
Good man. So, what are you thinking? What you thinking, Mr. Dennington?
I'm thinking I don't really want a speedway, but you're really good at acquiring trinkets, magical things. Maybe you could find an underground book. I deal in the more esoteric.
A man after my own heart.
I know you got some magic shit stashed away. I want some of your stash.
You know, I'll take the motor speedway. What do you want? Either one of you, whoever owns it.
He
You know,
wants
I'll
fucking
offer the same
Karen's
deal.
dead.
I'll offer the same deal that I offered Mr. Bennington. I think it's pretty obvious that every motherfucker on that council knows how much of a fuck up Terrence is.
Yeah, sure. I'll do it for the motor speedway. No problem.
You can't come in and scoop up my deal. What the fuck?
I thought you said you didn't want it. You have to give Woody here some esoteric shit too.
Oh,
So if you see stuff with me.
oh, like paying both of us?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like
Sure.
how we always do it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So what you got in the esoteric for me?
I don't know. I need a little more detail about what you're looking for there.
Yeah.
Okay. Some kind of like weird armor would be good. Something that let me communicate with like creatures in other realms that aren't demonic. Something that fucking, I don't know, man. There's all kinds of weird, fucked up shit in the world.
Give him some silver weapons so he can fuck up some werewolves. That'll help the domain and everything.
Nah, I can't do that, man. I don't even have that myself. I got a bit of sense in to walk on that fucking mountain.
Well, I mean, you don't have to walk on the mountain, apparently.
You know, just you know, some shit. My life is focused on the occult and dealing with other supernaturals and murder. So something like that. Does that help?
Steve Marquez actually puts a finger to his temple as he taps. I know you're kind of partial to Pat and Charlie there, as you see as he motions to your fist. But you any good with a sword?
Yeah, Woody shrugs. He's like, I'm okay, but these got me everywhere I've ever gotten. So I kind of just stick to that.
Yeah, that's because I did just a couple nights ago. I did just get my hands on a Masse. Just saying.
The like fucking curse sword or whatever.
No. The legendary swordsmith.
Oh, you got him?
Marquez nods.
Like the fuck?
I know people. I put it like this. Let's just say my time and my time when I was in World War II didn't consist of just D-Day.
Oh fuck! You have the dude? Do you have his soul, or do you have the dude?
Oh no! I have his work. His work. I have one that have it made of his.
I was so fucked
No
up.
offense,
Like,
but if
what
I had
the fuck?
No offense, but if I had him, trust me, you would not get him.
I was so confused. Okay, so you have like one of his works. I don't know. I don't really do that. You got like I don't know, like some buckler of Athena or some shit, or like fucking I don't know, some fucking witch doctor's stick that fucking sends me on a spirit quest. I don't fucking know, man.
Hey, tell you what I'll do. Obviously, we're not going to have time to do it tonight because we won't be able to get back to Hatteras before sunrise. But make your way down there next couple of nights or so. I'll let you take a look at what I got.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, and we'll I'll look at what you got. We can haggle about it, and then I'll go. I'll put the shoes to Terrence, and we'll all move on.
Oh, Mr. Enzo, while you're here, did you get my message about that permanent storage?
No.
All right, I got a job for you, and
So,
actually it involves our little benefactor, or Mister of our little cool here. I'm intending when we kick his inept dumbass off the council, I'm intending that he's never going to come back. If you get my drift.
yeah.
How is it that your people say it that he goes and sleeps with the tunas?
Yeah, go to this. I understood what you were talking about before.
Officially, I have a package that needs to leave Morehead City and find its way to Myrtle Beach. Now, if that package happens to mysteriously end up overboard, then I'm not going to be terribly upset.
Okay. How do you want me to get on the boat? You want me to like stow away, or can you just let me off?
I'll leave that one up to you, good sir. For you are the expert, as I understand.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you want me to do this quietly, or you want me to just go on there, fuck things up, and throw this shit over?
Well, obviously, I'm obliged to keep my masquerade intact, but that's pretty much all all I have to do.
Yeah, sure. What's in it? And can I have it?
Well, the package. Sorry, I should have made this more clear. That package that needs to find its way to Myrtle Beach is going to contain the whatever's left of Mr. Terrence when Mr. Dannington gets done with it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Now, once he leaves,
Why would there be
once he
anything left
touches, a valid
I
point.
mean, I don't know. Maybe he wants a dustbuster full of the dude.
in the ocean?
Perhaps
Put
little
it this way.
baggies.
Put it this way. I find that I find that if you permanently kill a man, he don't learn anything.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Well,
problem. Yeah, no problem at all. I think I already know how I want to do it.
yeah. Okay. Whatever. Sure. So we're all squared away on that. Do you anything else?
Well, I did ask you to come. I did ask you to come prepare to train if you were gonna.
I guess we can go a couple rounds.
No, 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 no. I'm not that stupid. You actually hear he whistles, and that same trainer that he was training with steps back out of the locker room and starts heading towards the cage.
All right. I guess I walk in the cage. I just take off my trench coat and set it down beside the door and just kind of like walk in my street clothes.
Then Mr. Dannington, I would appreciate if you now before we go any further, he is perfectly aware of our condition, but now I would appreciate if you could manage to not beat him completely to a pulp.
Okay. Oh yeah. I won't get too crazy.
Don't get as crazy as you want. Just kind of. I need him in one piece. He's in my employ. I hate to have to fire him on grounds of medical leave.
Okay. So he is not of our condition, just knows about it.
Marquez nods.
Okay. Okay. Well, Woodrow will not pop claws, and he's not wearing his gauntlets. So he's just like, and kind of waves the guy, come on, come get it, son.
All right.
I'll spend 1 blood for dex and 1 for strength.
All right. He offers you the first strike. Actually.
Okay, whatever. But he doesn't care. He just, like, will try to punch him in the face. Or not, I guess, the face, just a body shot.
All right. Make that roll.
Alright, somebody roll me 15 dice.
Okay.
Oh, is that me this time?
Sure. Whatever.
Oh yeah, Mitchell should be.
All right. I said I might need you to roll for me too. The dice stream's being annoying.
Standard diff.
Yeah.
4.
4 to the body.
Well, no, that's 4 for hit, and then it's
Yeah.
9 for damage.
All right. Make that roll.
1, 2, 3.
Just 3.
Just 3. This dice roller hates me, by the way.
Hey, man, that's
Ow.
cool.
Ow. You walloped him good. He actually backed him up a couple of steps. As he looks back up at you, a little shocked actually. As you see, he actually goes for the takedown.
Okay, sure.
That's a lot of 10s.
Sure.
For 5.
Okay.
Now this is just a simple opposed dex brawl.
Oh, I rolled dex brawl?
Yeah, it's just opposed dex brawl.
All right, well,
Basically, see
15
if
again.
you sprawl them or if you counter it or whatever.
How much am I rolling?
15.
4.
So he won.
Yeah, he puts you down.
Okay, so he's on top.
Basically, he basically took you to your back. He took you to your back. Basically, he's in the top mount.
Okay.
Okay. Like I said, I'll give you a reaction to this, though.
Sure. So he's in top mount. I'm just gonna like double hammer fist him in the win spot. Just bam.
All right, go for it.
15 dice, Mitchell.
5.
Okay.
You explode?
No.
Okay, 5.
Roll that
Then-
damage.
What's your damage roll?
10.
Okay. Four.
No, that's 6.
Standard diff.
Because of my specialty and strength.
It's standard diff 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, 4.
No, I have specialty and strength
Oh, so 2 more.
in this specifically.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't...
You don't roll the
Ow.
2 more. It's automatically.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Ow. So
take
how
6.
many total?
Total 6.
All right. So it's effective. He shrugs it off somewhat, but it's effective. It's not effective enough to take him out of the guard, but it's effective enough. You rocked him.
Cool. You got some wound penalties. Cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you actually see he basically begins to work the side of your head
Okay.
for 5. All right, and obviously this is going to be bashing coming up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bashing.
5 dice soak. Mitchell.
Oh, sorry. Um,
2 successes. No, they don't cancel
Okay.
on soak regardless. So 2 successes takes me to 3, so I'll take 2 bashing.
All right. You can tell he's not putting his absolute most powerful punches behind this stuff.
Okay. Well.
All right. How are you, buddy?
I'm just gonna make my hand really rigid as if I had claws, and I'm just gonna like dig my fingers into his rib cage.
Okay, you're fighting dirty. Okay.
Two, three, four, 5.
So 10 dice damage. Oh fuck.
7.
Ow. This is gonna hurt a lot. That gets him off of you.
It just
He
like
actually, yeah, he releases the guard because that fucked him up pretty bad.
All right. I'm just gonna stand up. Are you good? Like Woodrow's just like, are you done?
The guy, you should actually hear he actually lets out a sigh as he holds up one hand and literally waves you off.
Okay. I'll spend 1 blood to heal the 2 bashing.
Followed by Marquez. Oh, come on, Antonio. I've hit you. You've been hit just as hard as that before, and you got up. As Antonio calls back. Yeah, but I've never been hit by this big motherfucker before.
Woodrow will shrug.
But are you sure you don't want a contract there, man?
I got way too much shit to deal with than be fighting people.
As you see Marquez nodding over in the corner.
Woodrow will walk by and like clap him on the shoulder, and then he'll like make to leave. You guys not bad, but when he gets them pinned to the ground, I don't know. I fight to kill, not for sport, so I see some weaknesses in how he goes.
And that, Mr. Dennington, is why I advise you will come ready to train.
Woodrow will like thumbs up him. Fuck it. I'll see you soon. I gotta go talk to some Archon bitch.
Oh, her. Good luck. Try not to kill her.
Yeah. With that, Woodrow will leave.
All right. Will the other 2 members of the wrecking crew like to tag along?
The Reverend is going to follow. Unless he's specifically told not to.
No, I don't care.
All right. So basically, you guys head back down from this little area right here in the Appalachia district over to the Wake district, which takes about an hour and a half drive. It's usually wouldn't take this long, but it's a weekend and traffic is damn it heavy. She actually, the address that she gave out is to a little jazz club called the Blue Note. Apparently, Mr. Enzo has been here before. I do not recall offhand if the good Reverend has seen this place or not.
I have not.
But we do know Enzo has before. As you guys, basically, as you find the address, actually, with the somewhat of a help from the good Giovanni here, you basically pull up to the front door as you basically are invited to, strongly encouraged is the better word, to park around the back, where the parking is better and more secure.
Cool. I'll go park around back. I don't care.
All right. As you come around there, you do see there actually is a valet, if you would like to take advantage of her.
Sure, here. There's nothing fancy in my panel van.
She shrugs, and as she takes the keys, she basically invites you over to the door of the club, where you see that there is a... Now, the club itself, there is not a sign above the door, but the words, the actual words blue, BLUNOTE, are actually on the side of the building in LED lighting, or excuse me, not LOD light, tube lighting, with an open sign flashing below it. The windows themselves are deeply tinted, almost to like a reddish purplish to a blue. Not quite entirely sure. They seem to the tint seems to change color as the moonlight hits it. And as you step inside of this little swanky little nightclub, it is indeed a rather high class nightclub. It's there is a band is playing a very smooth, jazzy tune in the background. There's various tables and chairs around. The bar appears to be pretty active this evening. Actually, they have a total of three bartenders working a bar that's less than 30 feet long, and as you step inside, you do see that one of the actual waiters in the place actually she puts up a hand as if to say that she'll be right with you.
Okay, well, I ignore her and go look for wherever the chick looks like she is. I'm just going for her.
All right. Now, Enzo, you do recall from when you met with her the last time that she was in that back room.
Right, I point over there. And then I go get some Pepsi.
I go where he points.
Okay. All right. As you head over to the bar, you are recognized. Back again, my friend. What can we do for you tonight? Let me guess. Pepsi and Jack.
Yeah, but just the Pepsi.
You sure?
Yes. I'm driving.
Ah, there we go. Smart man, smart man. That'll be right up for you, good man.
Thanks. I'll put like $200 on the table. Or the bar,
All right. He sees it, but, doesn't really acknowledge it quite yet until he returns. And he actually makes change out of that and hands it back to you.
I'm like, come on, man. I just tuck it into his shirt pocket.
Policy, buddy. Policy.
Yeah.
All right. As we cut scenes over to Mr. Dannington, as he's basically stepped into that side room, and as you do see that there are a good majority of security there, about big, pretty much big as you are. That as you step in, they step up. Here, sir. What can I do for you?
And I'm here to see a red-haired lady.
She aware you coming?
Yeah.
All right. You do see as he turns, you do see that he does have an actual security badge clipped to the side of his shirt. He is, as all of them do, and they take you in past, and this is even nicer part of the nightclub. It almost looks like it might be a VIP section, to a table. Pretty looks like it's in the middle of the room, where the lady that you know is Annabelle Farron is seated with a number of file folders open in front of her. As you approach, you see she's tapping an ink pen on the table there, a wine glass on the table with deep crimson color.
So, I guess you wanted to see me.
As she hears you speak, she rises from the table, and she turns to greet you. Now, Reverend, did you come in with him here?
Yeah.
Okay. Evening, gentlemen. Mr. Dannington, and I do apologize, sir. I meet so many people on a Run, I seem to have misplaced your name.
She's speaking to the Reverend.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy J. Johnson. Jimmy J. Johnson with a J.
Very well, gentlemen. Do have a seat. And you do see that there are several chairs around this table. And what the table actually looks like is the same table that you would see if you went to a restaurant, if you sat at a booth. But it's the table is rounded, and it has a bit of a. It actually looks like a mahogany table, and it has a what looks like either some type of an acrylic or a glass covering over the top of it. And as you guys take your seat, she takes hers. Now, gentlemen, I'm sure you're aware of who I am, and I, at least remotely aware of the positions that you gentlemen hold or lack thereof. What I'm looking for while I'm here, to be quite honest, is I'm looking for information that's obvious, but specifically I'm looking for information on the Bruja Primogen, or Duke, or Knight, or whatever the hell you guys call him. He's my everybody I've talked to has pretty much told me that he's jumping the shark, and I mean jumping the entire fucking.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Do you happen to have a name? I meet so many dukes and duchesses in this domain that I can't possibly keep them all straight.
Annabelle Farron.
No, the individual of which you're speaking.
She's talking about Terrence, the one who fucks up the most. Yeah, so your Duke, or the one for your clan that is most prevalent, is Terrence, and he is a big fucking idiot.
Well, I'm quite aware that my chowder has been a fuck up in these years, but as I understand it, he's really fucked this one up.
Yeah. Planning
Something
some
about
salacious acts like praxis and allowing stupid shit to go on in his domain unchecked. He's basically a joke of a duke, and general consensus is he needs to go.
A consensus that apparently is shared by myself and my hire.
You know, there are many ways of removing someone from power.
Indeed there are. Though you speak as if you may have an idea.
Well, I was going to ask if you had any plans for this removal. And if not, perhaps Mr. Dannington and myself can come up with some sort of method for you.
Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Mr. Jimmy. If I have to remove it, it's not going to remove him. It's going to be ugly, and there's a good chance it's going to be bloody. And I would prefer not to disgrace the sanctity of your prince's court by doing that in public. If I have to, I will, but I'm more a lady of sincerity, if you understand my drift.
What if Mr. Dannington and myself could convince Terrence to move outside the confines of the domain, thereby abdicating his position?
That could be ideal.
He would just pack his things and go. What would that be worth to you, ma'am?
My concern in doing that, however, would be that there would be an empty chair on your council, and from what I understand, that's already occurred. You've already had a major snafu with your princedom in the last couple of months, and let's be honest, the Sabbat are looking for any way to get an attack in on this domain.
Nature abhors a vacuum, madam. I'm sure that the power vacuum will fold rather quickly and be filled with someone more capable, which at this point in time could be just about anyone.
So I'm told.
So, like, do you want to ever see your child again, or would you never like his embarrassment fucking ass to see the light of day?
Oh, therein is the very therein is my very my very desire, Mr. Dannington. The light of day is very much so on my mind.
I gotcha. But really, you've asked everybody, but you called me out specifically in this meeting. Is there anything else that you needed to know or talk about? Like, I mean, I don't know. You just kind of like were like, Mr. Dannington, I'd really like to talk to you specifically.
You and the individuals that you seem to enjoy spending your time with have earned a bit of a reputation around the domain, and a reputation that I personally would be proud of. A reputation that has been known that you give no quarter to these infernalists. Is this true?
Yeah. Every time I find one, I kill them.
We have similar, very, very similar ideals about this. I bring this up because I've heard through the grapevine that there specifically was a demon, as I understand it, that was that you saw to.
No, I don't think I actually killed a demon yet. Honestly, I killed some Zamisi dude who was making little grafted creatures of kids that he'd sacrificed to this demon.
Her hand goes up at that. Apologies, you say. Repeat that?
Yeah, so there was a Zamisi, and he had a house, and he was snatching up kids, sacrificing them to a demon, and then taking their bodies and transforming them further into like some weird amalgamation demon creatures. I don't know, I killed him.
Her demeanor physically changes. The color that she had blushed to her skin immediately disappears, and is quite rapidly replaced by a color of that of one who seems ready to strangle the next motherfucker that gets in their way.
Yeah, the dude was real fucked up. He won't ever come back again. He's dead.
Oh no! It is not the source of the problem that bothers me, Mr. Dannington. It is the fact that the problem occurred. You see, I have an understanding of children. They're a charge of mine, a personal goal, as you understand.
I write down on a piece of paper the name Mammon. I'm like, he sacrificed them to this demon. I know that there are at least 2 different groups of demons that people are worshiping, and there's a more potent infernalist that is still floating around in this domain that I've yet to find and deal with. We've bought that house and renovated it to our own specifications so that it will be not an issue for you. For other people, it'll just be a home for kindred, the kindred that has bought it. I've been dealing with a lot of things. I had to kill a fucking who did we kill last time? Some fucking Assamite.
Oh yeah, there was an Assamite and a couple of other. There was some large boardroom full of people. There were flamethrowers. It was kind of a mess.
Flamethrowers.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hassle.
That's fine.
Everything worked out.
I trust that there was no major breaches of our masquerade.
No. Anything that happened could easily have been chalked up to a faulty gas line or children throwing Molotov cocktails like they have seen upon the Discovery Channel?
I don't know.
Very
I
well.
didn't.
Very
I
well.
didn't use.
Well said.
I didn't use any cool powers. I just kind of like killed them all with guns and my fists. So, uh,
I understand that your fists are quite potent, Mr. Dannington.
yeah. So I'm told. So, yeah, that's what I've been researching. Shit about the Infernal and about, some different things in life.
Well, I would greatly appreciate a copy of any research that you may have.
That's not going to be. Uh, I don't mind to tell you what I have garnered through some research, and we are doing some other research about some of the things that are going to our domain. But only the things that I have actually researched would be, I think, of relevance to you, because it's the only thing that I for sure has a nature in the Infernal.
She nods. Now, of course, I'm not daft. I'm well aware that this request would require a payment in kind, and for that payment, I'm told that you have an interest in acquiring the services of a haven builder.
I specifically, yes, am looking for the best haven builder to make my home not just a home, but a fortress.
She nods. Now, before I make this call, this fine lady is going to ask for a budget.
Sure. So you want all my info on the Infernalists and like my assistants in killing them? Uh, you pay for her to come out here and do it, and then I'm gonna kill. I'm going to give Terry an extended vacation, and for that you finance and get everything squared away and make my shit the best.
She nods.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll keep you up to date on the Infernal stuff. I'll try to get you the names of the remaining Infernalists that I know about, and people who he has potentially corrupted. There's two. There's one that's a kindred that I know about, and the other one was that Zamisi, but that Zamisi was working with a coven of supposed mortals, so theoretically they're all out there too, and they need to be snatched up. But like I said, I'll have you a dossier sent over, and I'll give you some books. I will give you a list of books, and I will give you a list of chapters, paragraphs, sections that you should read that can give a better explanation on the binding and dismissal of demons, so that you may, undo what someone's done binding a demon without releasing it. And some other things that I've read. I'll give you a detailed list. Acquiring the books will be up to you, but I can tell you where to look and where you can find them and what the names of those books are.
She agrees. You actually see one of the file folders that she has up in there, she actually pulls out a document from it. And she also produces an ink pen. But rather than actually writing with the pen, you see she actually dips it into the wine glass that she has sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, she wipes it off on one of the napkins there at the table. You see she presses a button on the ink pen, and a small lancet-like device appears from where the point of the ink pen would be. You see she actually pricks her left index finger. And as she does, she hits a button on the pen again, and begins to sign her name to the document. This time, though, the name appearing in a mixture of actual ink and blood.
Hmm.
You see, she actually does this to 2 sets of documents, and she slides both sets over to you. A simple agreement of retainer.
Okay, I will look it over.
It's sound.
Okay. Well, I'll put my hand out for her pen.
She hands it over.
Okay. Well, if I've read it thoroughly and I can't see anything wrong and it's just what we've talked about, then I will sign it.
Yep, it's everything that you talked about. There's not even any fine print on it. Even by you flip over on the back, same thing, no fine print. And you notice what it is? It's 2 copies of the same document.
Sure. Well, I look over both copies thoroughly just to make sure there's no trickery, and then
There's none.
then I sign it over and say, yeah, I'll take care of Terry and I'll get you what I know, and we'll be squared away.
All right. And you see, as she retains one of the copies, and she invites you to take the second.
Okay, I do. Pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise, as you see, as she stands and offers her hand.
I do. I take it and check.
Okay. Now, you gentlemen, I'm going to offer you the same thing that I've offered to all the members of your domain. The blue note here is at your disposal. Drinks are on the house, as is the entertainment cover charge.
Oh,
Just
thanks.
do remember that this nightclub is under protection of both the Princes Elysium and the Archon and Justicars of the Camarilla.
Understood. Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you very much. Woodrow will turn and leave.
The Reverend will wait 2.5 beats and then get up and follow him.
Okay. As you start to leave, though, she reaches out and she lightly touches you on the shoulder, as if to stop you.
I'm sorry?
She lightly touches you on the shoulder as you start to leave.
Okay. I'll turn around slightly.
You asked what the disposal of Mr. Terrence would be worth to me.
I did indeed.
This boon will be offered to you only, as you are the only one that has asked for such. I shall owe you a major boon, and this is a major boon from an Archon of the Camarilla. I'm quite sure that my hire would be prepared to offer a similar boon, but I cannot guarantee that as of yet.
I understand, ma'am. I thank you for thinking about the independence in this matter.
Well, to be quite honestly, sir, no offense, but I could give 2 donkey fucks about the independence. But your prince seems to be, I don't know if enamored is the correct word, but
Madam,
concerned.
I mean absolutely no disrespect when I say this, but we're the only ones that can do this job and keep your pretty hands clean.
Indeed you are. Indeed you are. And for that I am grateful. Though my general opinion of your political leanings does little to change that.
That's why we're often called a necessary evil. And if you don't mind, madam, I will take you up on that offer, and then this necessary evil must find his way back home to slither under his little rock and take care of his business. I bid you good evening.
She basically steps out of the way and allows you to leave. All right. Would you 2 have anything else you'd like to do before we wrap up?
No.
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Although, as you do attempt to leave, Mr. Bannington, As soon as you get to the parking lot, something immediately catches your eye.
Sure.
The van that you were driving has been vandalized.
Oh, so it's like free candy on the side?
No, 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 no. It'd be funny. It'd be hilarious. But no, this one, there is a black cross spray painted onto both sides of the van. Across the windshield are the words Isaiah 53:5. And you see that both the driver's side and passenger side, the front windows have been busted out.
Huh. I'll go over and I'll pay a taxi to drive me home. I understand that's like a city or 3 or 4 away.
Yeah, that's like several $100s.
That's fine. I accept that.
Along with a very lively conversation with a very nice gentleman who goes on at length about his grandchildren and his exploits in the Canadian wilderness. All of this for about a 2-hour drive.
Oh my God.
You're able to pretty much fight off the urge to just strangle the guy, though.
Well, then I
Drops
will.
you off at he drops you off at your home.
Okay, well, I'll give him like a reasonable tip for that kind of drive. And go upstairs and go to sleep because it's fucking early.
Yeah, it is. All right, that's gonna wrap us up.
Cool.